Hello, this is Rich. My name is Rich. I use the he, him pronouns, and you're watching my YouTube channel where I play amazing tabletop role-playing games with friends. I threw myself off by saying hello so excitedly there. This is we're running tabletop RPGs here. This is for Open Hearth community, and this is MCU Sundays. So Marvel Cinematic Universe on Sundays. Disney owns this property. This is an act of satire parody. It's fun. We're playing in the sandbox that you own all the intellectual properties of. Although, edge case, we're doing stuff in Asgard, which is Norse mythology. So I don't know. We're not making any money whatsoever from this. My YouTube channel does not provide me. It's not funded. I don't care. I'm just having fun. So please don't sue us out of existence. And by us, I mean me personally. This is my YouTube channel. So with all of that out of the way, sorry, I know Disney lawyers probably want me to have some different boilerplate to make sure that I am not stealing intellectual properties, but here we are. In the MCU Sundays, what we do is we take different RPGs, tabletop role-playing games, and we kind of use them to insert ourselves in. Like, we're all Kevin Feige's here. We get to play in the MCU. We borrow from comics if we have a want. We steal from the movies or TV shows if that is inspiring to us. We get together and we tell stories. This series is a 3-session set of Demigods PBTA. So Demigods is a game from Jason Mills. It is a Power by the Apocalypse game, and it's made for people who are the children of gods. So very Rick Riordan's Percy and the Olympians, and definitely lots of things you see in comics. There are some contrivances of Demigods PBTA that don't exactly fit in our Marvel Cinematic Universe milieu of the gods and deities, so we may trim that back just a little bit and focus on MCU-ness. But my inspiration for this is, honestly, I was very sad in Thor Ragnarok when the Warriors 3 didn't just die, but kind of went out like punks. I mean, they were red shirts, a la Star Trek. And I really liked the Warriors 3. I always felt like the movies didn't have time to give them their due, which is fine. It's Thor movie. It's not Warriors 3 movie. I totally get it. They are C-list characters at best in the movies. But in the Marvel Comics, Warriors 3, they're pretty great. They even had like a small run of their own. Very interesting characters. And the concept of Warriors 3, to me, if I hew to Greek mythology, they feel like the companions of Argos, the Argonauts. They feel a little bit like Heracles and Iolaus. They're these 3 friends who help the realms, the 9 realms of Norse mythology. Sorry, I keep jumping back and forth between Greek and Norse, but they're heroes in their own right. And I thought it would be interesting if this were a series around the new Warriors 3. So I've got 3 friends here who have created characters, and we're going to figure it out as we go. So let's, first of all, let everyone know we use safety tools here. We have lines and veils. So the line is a line we shall not cross. We're not interested in that. It's a hard limit. It's content that we're not interested in as part of our story. We have veils, which are things where we're okay if this happens, but we pan away from it. We fade to black, right? And then we have ask first. These are questionable pieces of content that, rather than like, who I started to say thrusting it into the fiction. How about I say, rather than just like dropping it on somebody, let us as players of the game introduce it out loud to the table before we say that this is a thing that's actually happened. So before, for example, we have ask first for this game, harm to pets. So if I have a hard move, as the Herald, which is the name of the GM, if I have a hard move and it is dropping a building on someone's beloved dog, I see harm to pets is an ask first. I say, hey, my first instinct is building on dog. What do you think? And if any one person says, dude, seriously, try a different way. Like, can you be a little more imaginative than just dropping a building on a dog? It's not like it's Chewbacca or anything. So I would then do something else. That was just a little joke for Cody and Star Wars fans. Although it was a planet, not a building, but that's fine. Sorry, I'll never get over it. But that's ask first. We also it's a moon. I'm sorry. Moon is it a moon, planet? It's fine. A moon. Thank you. It's a moon. So we do have that. We also have on top of that an X card. So if it's a thing where you say, "Whoa, I didn't put this in the lines because I didn't think you'd go there," you can say, "Hey, I'd like to X card this thing." You can make an X symbol. You can type it in the chat. You could whisper it to a friend. Whatever. Get it to me. Also, in our die roller, there is a safety tool X card notification there as well. Lots of opportunities for you to be able to say, "Hey, can we stop that?" And if someone does X card a thing, it's gone. You don't have to justify it. You don't have to defend it. We excise it from our play, and we'll move on to best of our ability. So with all of those safety tools in order, let's go around the horn and have folks introduce themselves and then tell us a bit about their characters. Then we'll work through tangles and we'll get started. So I'm going to start from the far right-hand side of the character keeper. So Stephen, if you could introduce yourself and tell us a bit about your character.
Hi, my name is Steven. My pronouns are he, him, and I'm playing Thea. I will butcher the actual name, Alithia, but goes by Thea. Thea is she, her. She is a child of Heimdall. The playbook is celestial. And some of the things she can do is she has long view, which she can see vast distances with perfect clarity. If we are at New Asgard at a particular location, she can see through other people's eyes and see things going on there. She's also very good at tracking. She's also very good at attacking someone who has performed a repugnant crime. She has an epic bow called Nodin's Arc Bow. She moves very quietly, and she has an animal companion. I'm sorry, Thea appears blind, but has very good vision. But in going about most of the world, appears blind. She also has an animal companion that does 2 harm, and that is a wolf, that appears to be a service dog.
Only in New Asgard are wolf service dogs. That's great.
And I think it appears sort of like a big husky, most of the time. But as I'm researching names for the wolf, I'm looking through things, and it seems like most of the Norse stuff that I'm coming up with is this is the word for this is the word for wolf. Like Lyall is a word for wolf, and I'm like, the wolf's name shouldn't be Wolf, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I only know the one. Oof.
Oof. Yes.
Oof.
Oof. Good stuff. We will be getting Norse checked from Alex, hopefully throughout
Poorly.
the game. Poorly Norse checked. No, but you do live in Norway, so you get the ability to actually us to death. I love it. Thank you so much, Stephen. I look forward to seeing. We're saying Thea or Thea? Thea. Cool. In the middle is my bud Cody with a new Asgard background. Introduce yourself. Tell us about your character, bro.
Yeah, what's up? I'm Cody. I use the he, him pronouns. I'm playing Total. He also uses he, him. He is a recurring character from a Mask series. He's a bit of a Thor fanboy, himbo of New Asgard. His heart means well. His just often his brain and muscles can't back it up. And what more do you need to know about him? He's the warrior playbook. He has the Axe of the Crucible, which is a gift from Balder. It makes everything he does makes it harder, but that makes the success that much sweeter. And that's how you learn the best lessons, really. And Balder saw fit that Total needed to learn a few more lessons. Yeah, that's him.
Oh, I just want to point out that Todolf also has a large family in New Asgard and a bunch of cousins as
That's
well.
right.
Yeah, I got to remember those guys. Torbjorn, Toralf, Torvald, and then his former flame, Hilda.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah, they are
Deep
there.
roots in Asgard.
They're in the NPCs. They will show up. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Last but not least is good buddy and amazing artist, Alex. Introduce us about your
Hi,
character.
I'm Alex. I use he, him, and I'm playing Ragnar, who for now uses he, him. He's the trickster. He is the child of Loki and Loki, specifically Loki and Sylvie in the MCU. He's, I think, lived most of his life in New Asgard, maybe some in the universe with his parents, but they kind of come and go, maybe minutes at a time for them, years for him. And he's the trickster, yeah. He can shapeshift into small harmless animals and basically can get into anything and anywhere through just suddenly having keys out in his pocket to teleporting and being very good at lying and bending the truth a little bit.
A little bit. Amazing. Thank you so much for introducing your characters. I cannot wait to see them in action. Let's do a little bit of some tangling. So tangles are this game's methodology for creating ties between the members of the band, which is your party of player characters. We'll stay with you, Alex. Do you have a tie that you're interested in offering up?
Okay, I was thinking of for Thea. That Thea caught me in a lie one time. It earned my respect. I imagine I would be trying to trick slash prank slash get away with something, trying to rely on your blindness maybe and just being put in my place.
Do you think this was directed towards me?
Yes.
Okay.
Like trying to get away with something that could only be gotten away with a blind victim, and I tried to exploit a weakness, and
I see here that you get threads, meaning XP, Thea, for revealing a lie. So tell us a little bit about this particular lie that Ragnar told because he thought at the time thought you wouldn't see through it. How did you call him out? What does that look like?
So Alex, tell me if this sounds good. The first thing that pops in my mind is I think that you started up a an organization for helping people who are in need in New Asgard who are disabled, and funneled some of the support, some of the money towards whatever you wanted to do with
for
it,
operational
right?
costs. Yes.
Right. And used me as an example of someone who needed help. Like I was the poster child outside of New Asgard, because people inside of New Asgard would recognize me, but outside you were getting donations. And I think that's probably how I found out as someone from like a tourist or something at New Asgard pointed this out and was like, oh, and I think slipped me a small amount of money. Was like, oh, here, I think you might need this. Yeah. Does that sound okay, Alex? Does that sound? Okay.
That sounds just the right level of repugnant.
Okay, good. Alex, did you have one you wanted to offer to Torolf?
I'm just gonna have a quick glance at some of those because I did have one that I was. Well, I mean, I've got one which was that make an excellent shield when the trouble finally comes down, but maybe A more fun, kind of more proactive one would be the I can't resist pushing Taurus buttons. I don't know which. Do you either of those seem more fun to you?
I think they're both great. I'm here for it. I think Torolf would make a great shield, of course. I think the tangle of pushing buttons.
I mean, doesn't make the other one untrue. If I should.
No, it doesn't make the other one untrue. And honestly, actually, I wonder if I don't know that Torolf has many buttons to push. He's a pretty laid back guy. And so it might actually be kind of hard to poke at him if I remember correctly. He might not understand that you're poking at him, honestly.
Okay, we'll go with this shield thing then. Yeah.
Cool.
Nice. Okay. I like that. Cody, for Torulf, let's see, you've written down a couple of things for Tangles. Let's talk about them.
Yeah, I think the tangles I'm going to have, because I think it applies pretty neatly, is I've never actually seen Ragnar fight, and therefore can I trust them? Torolf, he had some experience adventuring with some other folks, but Ragnar and Thea are kind of new to him, so I don't think he's seen them in a fight. And then for Thea, I think so. The thread is you feel yourself drawn to Thea. What is it about them? I don't know if here's a quick question about tangles. Are these questions at the end of them meant to be answered, or are they meant to be kind of like evocative? Because in my mind, it's like, yeah, I'm not supposed to answer it. It's like, have you never actually seen Ragnar fight? Can you trust them? Well, of course I can trust them. We're in a game together. That stands to reason that that's the angle.
I appreciate that question.
Find out in play.
Because like in Dungeon World, it always felt like, do you ever answer? You actually can tighten a tangle or resolve a tangle in this game. So we will work through that. So don't worry. We have other ways to evolve the relationship.
Got it. So yeah, it's not meant to be answered now. It's like, hey, this might come up or whatever. Okay. Yeah. So I'm fine with that. And then for my second one is you feel yourself drawn to Thea. What is it about them? I mean, only time will tell, but Total feels pulled to Thea.
Excellent.
Also, he really likes her wolf.
Oh, man. And we went with the name of Sindri?
Sindri for the wolf, yes.
That's great. I like that name. Good choice. So, Steven.
One of the dwarfs that made Mjolnir.
Oh, that's right. See, there you go. Thank you again. So good.
But you can learn that one from God of War, Ragnarok as well.
That's true. Steven, you have some tangles?
I do. Let me see which ones. Let's see. I've seen a dark future thread tangled around Torolf.
Me?
Yeah.
You think expect innocent Ragnar to have a?
Oh, I've got another one for you. The one I thought about for Ragnar is, the secret Ragnar keeps in their heart.
I don't know what the secret is. I want to know.
I have to figure out the secret.
Exactly. Oh, we could swap those two if you'd rather be the dark, the dark future. But I thought it made,
Maybe.
Is this a secret that we need to know now? Just curious.
I mean, it could work. It could be like, you could poke the button without knowing it if you know it now. Maybe it's like what he longs more than anything is to be out there with his parents. Like, actually have a real family connection rather than the kind of fleeting, dropping in, dropping out.
Yeah. Acts like it doesn't bother you, but you really long to be closer to family.
Yeah.
And for Torolf, what I kind of imagined was your not lackadaisical, but you're just kind of chill, just going about doing things, and getting into trouble leads to problems.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I never know if this is the if this is a mistake. Like if you rush into something or you just do something offhanded, I'm like, is this the one that's going to lead to the dark future that I saw? How does that fit?
I'm into it. I'm into it.
Okay.
I'm into it.
Wild, weird stuff. I like these answers that you provided us. That is cool. Okay. So that's a great bit of introductions. Let's see, we've gotten everything resolved for character creation, and we spent a lot of time before the game started hanging out and chatting. So I think this is where we'll take our mid-game break, and then we will jump straight into some stuff in New Asgard when we return. So this game begins. And I am going to use the contrivances of this being an MCU, meaning a Disney Plus show, and occasionally we'll frame things like a comic book. I'm just going to mix and match. That's how my brain works. So apologies. We begin with a 2-page spread, like a cinematic wide pan at New Asgard on I think it's on the docks. So right in front of where, if you look behind where Cody is sitting, or Cody's background there, you see there are a bunch of cruise ships. So the docks are not insignificant, that cruise ships can land here. People disembark from their cruise ships to come to New Asgard and see all the bric-a-brac and the like. Yes, there are going to be adverts for milk, and also for a particular advert for a guy who's had sand kicked in his face, and what's he going to do about it? Those are the things. X-ray specs as well. Those are the 3 ads that are somewhere nestled into our thing on the docks. And the 3 of you are facing off against the followers of Set. There is evidently not a New Asgard, but there's an Egyptian god themed area who you guys ignited a small spat with. Who was it that insulted Osiris as the, well, he's dead.
I'm fairly sure it was Torulf. I remember quite clearly. Torulf, yeah. It was you, wasn't it?
It could have
I
been
tried
me,
to calm
but
it down. They didn't listen, and
I just think there was a misunderstanding of what I thought the god Osiris was. I thought he was a shoe.
Amazing. So we see a group of like innocent bystanders. They have like white pasted on their nose and Hawaiian shirts and shorts, and you can see the tan line where the shorts, like they've changed different sizes of shorts, so they're like beet red and then stark white, not Tony Stark, but like really, really white skin that's normally covered, and they are running away from a giant snake that's coming down the dock towards them. Who among the 3 of you is trying to fell this gigantic snake that may actually want to eat them?
Well, of course, go ahead.
Is it going after Asgardians, or is it going after the tourists, or both?
This snake is currently going after tourists. We're trying to run back to where they've just recently disembarked, and then up from the sea came these followers of Set, and with a bunch of giant snakes.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think Todolf is he's standing on the dock, feet splayed out, bracing against the wood, and he's grabbed a hold of the snake's tail. Come back, my slithery fellow. I'm not done with you yet.
Amazing. It sounds like you want to smite your enemy here.
My enemies see them driven before me.
Okay, good. Your audio dropped out for a second, but it came back at the end there. Cool. So if you smite your enemies and see them driven before, you're going to be rolling 2d6 plus prowess. Now, as a wrinkle, Torolf, it sounds like you're not exactly using Baldur's Axe of the Crucible. Is that correct?
It is correct. I'm just, this is a minor inconvenience.
Big muscles. All right, let's see how this goes. You're going to be rolling 2d6 plus your prowess, which your prowess is a healthy 2. This is what you're built for.
I'm built for snake wrangling. All right, I got a 10.
Oh man, oh man, oh man. All right. So with this particular move, smite your enemies on a 10 plus, you get to choose 3 from the list below. Exchange harm, protect yourself, crush them, gain an advantageous position, make an opening for an ally, take something from your enemy. And there was one option that was just custom for us called Waldorf, but we've taken that out.
Awesome. Yeah. So I'm going to crush them, and I'm going to. Oh dang! All right, I was looking at the list. Oh yeah, I'm gonna crush them. I'm gonna gain an advantageous position and make an opening for an ally. So I'll do +1 harm to them. I will get. I'll pull them back enough that maybe I can get myself between the snake and the tourists, and then make an opening for an ally, holding the fangs apart. Surely one of my lads will be here any moment.
Okay. So sorry. We need to step back for just a second. The way that protect yourself and crush them work is that you must choose exchange harm as one of the options.
Okay, then even better. I'm going to exchange harm, crush them.
Okay,
And
but you get a third. You
for
still
an
get a
ally.
third. So what's the third
Yeah,
one?
and then make an opening for an ally.
Amazing. So I think you yank them back, squeezing hard enough to do some harm because you're crushing them. Literally, you're crushing the snake. It doesn't yell out in pain because it's a snake, and then it will turn and fangs dripping with venom. It's moving towards and it's going to bite you. And so I hope you have armor because this bite does 3 harm.
I don't need armor. I have an iron heart, lad.
Okay, well, that iron heart does mean you take 3 harm, which is a lot. Your iron harm does keep you from you only actually eat 1 of those harm, right? Yeah. Good, at the front of your harm track because of iron heart. So you end up taking just 1, which is on row 24. You'll just mark that as 1. Now, the thing is, the snake is fully concentrated on you. The bystanders, the tourists, after having thrown up their various guidebooks to New Asgard, are running back up the gangplank, screaming the whole way, while a few members of the security on the ship are like, we're not trained for this. So they are just helping people on board and trying to pull up the gangway. An opening, however, for either Ragnar or Thea, as this large snake is fully focused.
What? Just to be clear, were the Egyptian gods there as well as the serpents?
No, this is a group called the Followers of Set.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
That's okay. There are not actual gods here. There are just disgruntled employees of Egypt world.
Oh yeah, and they're like on the docks behind the attacking serpent and Thor fight.
They have very, very well done cat's eye makeup, the whole like King Tut style headdress, naked at the waist, very Egyptian stylings.
Yes. I would like to basically good job, good toil, excellent work. And I would be walking past, ducking under maybe a tail as I walk past 2 of these followers of Cyrus. And I would try and parlay with them.
Oh, nice.
Sweet. Ragnar, you're supposed to.
Yeah, I would just like, yes. I'll pat you on the shoulder as you're wrestling. You are doing excellent work. You just keep that up. Yeah, you keep that snake away from the civilians. Excellent. Friends.
One of them crosses his arms and you see this tribal snake tattoo that slowly starts to rise to life, and his head comes up and it's like a cobra and it's pointed right at you, and you say friends.
Yeah, look, we could talk about who said what went down all day, but come on. Your guests, let's treat you like guests. Let's find a big bowl of mice for your pets, and we have a drink. Man. You know what? If that doesn't work, and I pull down my sleeve, because if you look at the illustration, he does have a snake on his arm as well.
That's true.
And I'm like, that just seems like some sort of cosmic, bond. That's too strong to throw away in a fight. And
It's,
I think I need to roll sway someone.
I think you're telling some half truths and outright lies for the connection that you share. Is that true?
Yeah. I mean, we just both have snake tattoos. It's just a constant
Exactly.
cares.
So when you roll to sway someone,
Yeah.
you're going to be rolling 2d6 plus all, but because of your move, fake news, you are telling a half truth or outright lie to sway someone. Therefore, you are going to be rolling plus 2 because
I do have a silver tongue, so it says if you have a silver tongue, roll with fate's favor instead of the blonde.
Fate's
I don't know
favor.
and that is.
I'm happy to explain what that means.
Thank you.
That means, fate's favor, is rolling with advantage. So instead of rolling plus 1, you're going to be rolling 3d6 plus 1, and you
Plus
keep
1
the best 2.
for the stats, the basic
Yes,
stat.
plus 1 for the all. You're rolling 3d6. Yep, it's better. It's better.
Yeah. Ooh,
Roll with me. There you are. And I gotta do this, and I gotta do this. Sorry for all the refinagling. Yay. See if you can beat that 10.
A 6 and a 4.
A 6 and a 4. That sounds like an 11 to
1.
me.
That's an 11,
Yeah. Fantastic. So as we look at the basic moves for sway someone, here it is. For NPCs on a 10 plus, they accept your reasonable argument at no cost. Oh my goodness, that is pretty amazing. So the guy with the snake, you're saying you invite us in.
We have a fantastic brewmaster. We have ale for days. I'm sure we can rustle up that mice bowl. But
And
how's he doing back there?
you will publicly, you and your band will publicly apologize for the insult to our god Osiris.
We'll
In
put
front of all of the new Asgardians, that you're wrong, and he is the most powerful god of death, more powerful than Hela. Yes.
I just
good. We are friends. And he comes up, and the snake
I turn around and would be like, "Thingamajig's more powerful than Hela. They're the best."
Yeah, and he's hugging you, and the couple of girls who are with him, they're like, "Oh, okay, wow, this is way easier than we thought." They have not stopped the snake that's still tussling with Torolf.
Yeah, it's
Thea. King Brunhild is currently gathering some of Torolf's family cousins who are as strong as Torolf in every way, I believe, maybe a little stronger, possibly, to go down and try to fight the followers of Set. But maybe things are like going to be okay. What is Thea doing in amid the tumult?
So I think Thea is standing there nearby. Oh, I think even better. I think Thea is standing near where this portal is, right? She's standing nearby, seeing if that's okay, seeing through the eyes of
For sure.
of Torolf and Ragnar about what's going on. And she pulls out her mighty epic bow, and she spins a little bit in that direction, and she's going to fire on the serpent and see what happens. The serpent who is threatening the tourists and Asgardians alike. Yes.
That sounds amazing. It sounds as if you're trying to smite the enemies. You get a +1 from Torolf's assistance because he gave an advantageous position. Are you using any are you doing one shot instead? What are you doing here?
One shot just modify smite your enemies, I think.
I see. Yeah. And I don't well, is it a morally repugnant crime for a snake to attack tourists? I don't know. You tell me. You're the judgy person.
I would think so, yes. I would think that a snake attacking the defenseless for no reason. I mean, it's not like it's going to feed or anything like that. It's just attacking out of spite.
It's true.
I have a -1 prowess, so
Uh-huh.
the +1 makes me flat. So let me roll that.
Very cool.
That is an 11.
Wow. You guys are good at this stuff. Amazing. So in this one, you roll to smite your enemies. Would be a 7 and 9 result, but you didn't need that because you rolled a full success. So on a 10 plus, you choose 3 from the list below. You do have to exchange harm to get some of the other options, but you can not exchange harm if you want to do other things. What is the harm that your bow does? Do we have that? If epic bow, I think I wrote down the weapon, so
I think it does 4.
epic weapon.
Epic
Yeah.
weapon,
Oh,
yeah.
this will kill the snake if you choose to do harm.
So I think it will be exchange harm, protect myself, and I get one other.
You get 3, yes, for a 10 plus.
Take something from the enemy.
Interesting. What
Yeah.
what is it that you imagine? It's dying. It's going to die. So what do you think you took from it, Hubs? Like a weird snake's eye, one of the fangs, its rattle, because I don't think it had a rattle, but we can say it has a rattle now.
I like, so number 1, I think what this looks like is I pull out that crazy looking bow that has lights along the side and
Mm-hmm.
let fire, and as I'm spinning, we see the arrow actually fly an impossible distance out and
Yes.
curve around and strike the snake from a place away from Torolf. So basically it kind of dodges, the arrow itself kind of dodges Torolf, where he has grabbed a hold of the snake and pierces the snake. And I think that what happens is it pierces the snake like in the back of the head, and the tip of that arrow knocks one of its fangs out, and it falls at Torolf's feet, and it's imbued with the poison of that snake.
So you have a fang dagger now, total. Obviously. I mean
And
that's exactly what it must be.
so that would be 4 damage to the snake, 4 harm to the snake, and I think I would take 3 back.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how you take 3 back from a snake.
So I think what actually this is it's damage where that arrow pierces the head of the snake and knocks that fang loose. We see that arrow kind of wither and melt a little bit, and then I drop down to like 1 knee.
Ooh,
How's that?
that's fascinating. I like it.
Yeah.
So
Perhaps the like veins, or you can see like a poison around your face, around your eyes,
or like some smoke, right?
Yeah.
Some smoke kind of coming off, like acidic smoke kind of stuff.
just so we're clear, you're imagining if there was a magical connection that by you doing damage, there's a magical backlash. It doesn't hurt you normally to shoot arrows, right? This is
Right.
abnormal and magical. Okay, cool.
Right. I think it specifically had to do with that godlike snake summoned poison thing and the connection that I had through the arrow itself.
Yeah.
In order to guide it. Yeah.
Toro, if you're wrestling with it, and then you hear the whistling of one of Thea's arrows, you gave that opening, so you gave it a +1. You like pulled it just right. The arrow goes through it, then the fang falls down. As it falls dead, you see the fanged dagger laying before you. What do you do, Total?
Total kind of pushes the snake off of him and detangles himself, picks up the dagger. Very cool. This, you can get more of this in New Asgard. He tucks it into his belt, and looks at Ragnar hugging the snake guys, and he's going to run forward and spear them off the dock. He's gonna Goldberg wrestling spear them off the dock. Unhand my friend, you fiends!
Ragnar would be stepping to the side and sighing.
Oh man, he just escalated a situation you've solved. What a shame. They are so distracted by you, Ragnar, that if you give them no warning, you can, if you want, go ahead and provide aid
Oh
as
yeah,
to Torolf's attack.
I will give aid to that. That's plus tangle, so 1.
Okay. 2d6 plus 1. You are the perfect distraction. As you guys take a solved situation and make it worse. This is great.
5. Did you just Goldberg spear me as well?
You wiggle into the trying to get him between trying to get the worshiper between me and the doc, and then I just go arms way too wide and collect both of you.
Yep, exactly. You make it worse and are exposed to the same danger. Now, sorry, reminder for all of us as we go, we do have the die results. You get a thread whenever you roll doubles. No one has yet rolled doubles. So just as a reminder, it's something I'm not used to, so I'm going to say it every once in a while, mostly for me, not you guys. Yeah, go ahead and smite your enemies, Total.
It's okay. I'm about to roll doubles right now. I'm about to roll boxcars.
I feel doubles coming.
Nope, 4 and a 3, but +2, I get a 9.
+2, you get a 9. That is great. On a 7 to 9, you can choose one from the list below.
Awesome. So the one I'm going to choose is
you could easily take something from your enemy, which is them standing on the dock. You've placed both Ragnar and the leader of the followers of Set.
Yeah, I guess I'll take something from the enemy, as in, I take position from them. They can't attack anybody if they're both in the water. So off the dock we go, all 3 of us right into the water.
And all 3 of you, there's a bit of a surprised scream, like shrill scream from the Egyptian leader.
Also there. From Ragnar, like a because
that's true.
He was totally expecting. He was ready for them to go off. He was not expecting to just take us all.
Yeah, you go off, it's sploosh in the water, and then when you guys surface again, it seems there's some confusion going on, and then people from the boats who are now in safety, like they're clapping, like, oh, they did now. Oh, this was a weird, like, oh, this was a couple of pantheons fighting for us. It's a stunt show. It's a stunt show.
Honey, this is scheduled 11:30. They're just doing it early. It's fine.
Exactly. Cool. So I kind of want to, like, are we good with a hard cut of scene?
Yep.
That even though you sucker punched, it didn't explode into another fight, that you've effectively diffused it just a little bit by getting them all wet. So we cut to now. I think Cody, help me. Mm-hmm. I think I had named the tavern where everyone goes to drink as the Warriors 3. Am I misremembering that?
No, I believe that's correct, and it was all Warriors 3 themed.
Yes, it's all Warriors 3 themed. So we cut, and it looks like at a glance, it looks like a Viking longhouse tavern hall. But you, of course, you see where there's a bar. You see the person who is in the livery of a Viking is also like pulling a Budweiser tap. There are barrels in the back, but they also have imported draft. It's just that mixture. It's very Disney-ish. It's very Harry Potter world kind of vibe there. And so we see that as the establishing bit, and then Thea, Ragnar, and Torolf, very wet Ragnar, very wet Torolf, sitting at I'm thinking like, right? Don't they sit at like long tables, if I remember correctly, right? So almost like you're sitting at a picnic table in a way. And across from you are 2 very attractive Egyptian women sitting on either side of the also attractive Egyptian man. And we only learn their names through subtitles, right, when they speak, because they're just that important. The boom, big tray of various frothy brews are brought to you guys by a buxom server, and she's does Thea drink mead or ale or
Yeah,
anything?
I assume
Okay.
yes. Yeah.
Cool. Just making sure. I wasn't sure. So yeah, all that's put in front of you guys, and the person whose name we realize is let's see. Ooh, Heru. Nah, that sounds like too much like Hera. Hold on. Let me get a different name.
Yeah, and you don't want to use that because you're going to use Hera later, and that's going to
Exactly.
ruin your
I mean, of
plans.
course, I don't want to do that. Hold on a second. Weird. So evidently, in Egyptian mythology character generation I just grabbed, the name Denwin means a serpent deity. So that is the name of the guy who is sitting across from you. And he mutters into his cup before he takes a drink of the ale. Can't believe you knocked me into the ocean. That was kind of a dick move.
Do snakes not swim? I don't know. I don't deal with snakes often, if I'm honest.
They do actually, in fact, swim.
Well, I'm just saying maybe you should take a page out of that scaly book and appreciate that. It's good cooler heads prevailed. I don't know what you were doing with my friend Ragnar here. I don't trust him as far as I can throw him. I can throw him very far, so I trust him a good distance, to be honest.
And we're not doing the throwing again.
One of the two women says, "Can we just get on with a giant apology, please, so we can return?"
A giant apology?
I thought we cleared that up. I turned around and I said the thingamajig was the best and way better than Hela.
Denwin says, "No. He," and he points to you, Torov, "he must apologize in front of all of New Asgard." And then the third one, her name is Ma'at. She pulls out her phone, which is an iPhone, because we get a little bit of kickback from Apple when we do this.
And that's how we know she's not really a villain, because she's using an iPhone.
Exactly, is how we know. Maud pulls out her little iPhone, and then there's like a little thing at the bottom that says that it's like what, IP6, I think, where it can get wet and it's totally fine. And so she pulls out her iPhone and she's gonna like live stream you apologizing for what you said about Osiris.
I lean forward. I lean forward and I say, my friend Ragnar here paints pictures with words, and I think if I am to interpret this, I think he's saying that possibly we have the strongest gods in our place, and you have the strongest gods in your place. So in this situation, it's possible we're both correct. Don't you agree?
Look, you're trying to do a little something. I'm excited by this opportunity. Are you trying to sway them to, because they really want this big apology? Like that's their whole job, is come here because Egypt world is losing some. Yeah, maybe we'll move it into. Denman says, "You do not understand. We need this. You have all of," that he points over to King Brunhild. "We do not. None of the Egyptian gods have come to Egypt world. We're blessed with their magic. The magic of Set. Insult to Osiris must be answered. Either you offer this apology publicly that we can put on our website and YouTube channel and TikTok, or we must continue the fight. These are the options that we have been given."
I
And-
will
And
apologize.
we're not full employees, so we don't yet have medical insurance. This is very important to us.
Terrible. Want to just come over to New Asgard? I'm pretty sure everybody here is pretty taken care of. The surrounding country, Norway, I believe, they do a good job for what the people need. I think.
Mott, she like points at her face. She has beautiful bronze complexion. I don't really think this works for you people.
Oh, there's absolutely New Asgard is full of all sorts. Asgard is a people, not a place. So everything works.
Nice.
Yeah,
And we
really.
pan across, and there are a couple of people who watch Thor Ragnarok who are like, "Oh wait, that's those background characters from Scar. You know, they have come here as refugees to New Asgard." And it's Damon says, "I don't like the weather."
I'll say it. Turn the phone on. Turn the little screen. Flip it so I can see myself. Flip it. I would like. Hold on, let me straighten. People of Earth. Hey, total. God's favorite son. And I'm here to offer an apology. I didn't realize that Osiris was a very great god of the dead. I thought it was a shoe sold in a mall, a hot topic or a journeys of some sort. My apologies in my insult. I meant no disrespect to no doubt a very powerful, strong god of the dead. Some say even as strong as Hela herself, though I've met her, and she's scary. All of that said, Egypt World is a great place to visit. Use promo code 3Warriors. 10% off. I'm pretty sure they'll work that out.
Tim is like,
Is
"Yeah,
that
sure,
good enough?
Yeah, boop. Hit the button and
Wonderful.
did that post? Yeah, hold on. I gotta simulcast to Twitch because they have a whole stupid login thing. And then she goes to that, and they're like, "Okay, we're good, simulcast." And Dylan's like, "That was much easier.
Simulcast, of course. That's great.
That was
So
much easier than I
we're all
anticipated."
friends now, and there's no
All
more conflict.
friends.
This is
Sit
good.
back and stop working.
I think I'd lean into Thea and go, "I'm really glad they're not bringing up the dead snake."
And I think I say true. I think, and I lean forward to the Egyptians, and I'm like, if you had just come to us first, it might have been a lot easier. We must attend to. I must attend to those who have taken harm from your appearance.
Thank you, Thea. Yes, the wound is quite deep. If you see here, the venom really got in the muscle.
Yeah, and as you're doing that, a hand comes out of nowhere, just like slaps you right on the wound. It's not them. It's not them. You look up, and it's your cousin Torbjorn. Oh, look at that! Does that hurt? Oh, he
No.
squeezes a little bit, and we see a little bit of like blood seep out, just a bit.
Doesn't hurt at all, actually. It's strange. Must be the venom numbed it.
He looks across and gives this like come hither look to Ma'at, and she seems intrigued. And he says, "Come, I'll show you Viking dancing. My little cousin here doesn't know how to do it right." And he claps you one more time on the wound.
Just fine. Oh God. Oh God.
And Ma'at will slide away her iPhone and into a pocket and head off to dance with them. Thea, you've been pretty quiet during most of this. What have you been doing?
I think that Thea, while that exchange is going on between Torolf and his relatives, I think is as she mentioned, standing up, and she goes back to the back, and gathers some supplies. And I think this is like poultices and stuff. She also checks in. Did you say that the king was here nearby?
Yes.
Like, okay. Leans over, I think actually probably kneels in front of Brunhilde and says, was anyone else injured other than, the guards?
There were a few people who lodged some complaints. I'm running it through legal in case they're trying to set us up for something.
Good. Let me know if my assistance is needed anywhere else, and I'm going to turn and gather this. I think it's this muddy looking thing that I put some herbs in, and I'm going to walk over and slap it on Tarl's shoulder. This does nothing. I have no mechanical benefit for any of this. I'm just doing this for show. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think it stinks.
the
Like it's got
hells.
that
This is-
aromatic smell, like spearmint or something like that like opens your nasal passages. Yeah.
That's great.
I don't know. I don't know if it's the mud or the poison, but I can smell for miles.
We can all smell you from miles, yes.
That's what I. Yes, exactly. Wait, what?
Good stuff. Cool. I think I have a couple of questions. In the NPCs tab up on the first row, there is an NPC in there named Adam, and his branding name, kind of like, Madonna isn't her birth name, but the name that everybody knows him by is Adam Man. Is Adam Argyros, who was a incredible athlete in his younger days. He's got a record for the most Olympic gold medals in the modern Olympics. So I'm curious, Thea, what's one of the sports in which Adam Man, superior athlete, competed and won gold?
I think this was the javelin. Like set a world record in
Nice.
throwing the javelin as far. So I think that whenever he comes to New Asgard, is he here now?
Yes, he is
assume.
about to appear, and I want to do a little bit of world building with him. So yeah, so just so we're clear, he won a ton of Olympic gold. He crossed over to become like an athletic spokesmodel type, then bankrolled that into running a few businesses of his own. So he is known as like a billionaire and still an incredible athlete. He was even tested for the X gene, but it turned out that he does not have the X gene. So he is a regular mortal.
And I think in this case, basically, he's been to New Asgard before, and he's joined in some of the games that we have, and drinks. People buy him drinks here. Like the Asgardians are like, "Oh, you shouldn't drink this swill. Here, let me get you some of the the stuff we drink," and gives it to him. So he's kind of chummy around here. Yeah.
Nice. I like that. Thank you very much. That's good. What is Ragnar's opinion of Adam Man?
I mean, he likes to be the center of attention. He's always showing off and bragging. No one likes that.
You hate most about others what you despise about yourself.
I don't know what you mean.
Okay, you're right. That's true. Cool. He
You
comes
seem to be
over.
projecting or something.
He comes over. He's got like an expensive. Oh, help me out, Alex. What's a Norwegian alcohol that's expensive and considered like this is very tasty and classy?
My brain is only going.
I could never answer that question. If
I'm
anyone
going,
asked me this
I'm
question,
going the opposite direction. I'm going the thing that people would offer if they were being
good.
if they were being chummy, which would be koshk, which is basically moonshine and coffee.
Amazing.
And that would be what, if they were being like chummy and, like more family drinking, you know what I mean? Then, just serving in a restaurant or something. Gosh.
Okay. That's amazing. I love it. So he comes over with some koshk. Is that
Koshk.
close? Koshk.
Yeah, yeah,
Koshk.
yeah, pretty
Try my best.
good.
Comes over with some koshk and steps over the bench because you guys are all seated at a long bench. And I think he sits between Thea and Torolf, which means he'd be a well, no, because Ragnar, you guys were all lined up like Egyptians, Norse, yeah. So he sits between. Oh yeah,
Head
let's
of the
do it.
table.
Nah, he's just like on the same
Oh.
side. He like slides in, squeezes in between Ragnar and Thea. Yeah, we'll keep Torolf still on the end because that's how his cousin came in and mangled him a little bit. And he puts the Kosk down and he says, Thea, Ragnar, right? Am I right?
You're close enough.
How do I get closer?
I kind of look at how squeezed he in. It would be hard to get any closer.
You need to be.
He leans over. Torolf fighting the serpent earlier today. Impressive.
I always am. Thank you for noticing.
I come here because King Brunhild, she ignores me. I need your help. Thea, you're the daughter of Heimdall, are you not?
Well, yes, but not everyone is aware of this, so please keep this between us.
She doesn't like people knowing she's a Nepo baby.
And Adam, Mr. Man, can you tell us what your business is here? And I'd like
course.
to pierce the veil.
Ooh, nice. Nice. I love it. Let's have you pierce the veil. So, pierce the veil. Roll 2d6 plus judgment when you peer beyond the veneer of mortality.
Yeah.
Do you have any playbook related? I don't think you do, but I'm just.
No, it's just a lot of judgment. So, which is an interesting attribute.
So, pierce the veil's over here.
Yeah. Ooh, I barely got a 7.
Oh, you get to ask 2 questions.
Okay. The first question is, what is the greatest danger with this person, place, or thing? With Adam Man, yeah.
Ooh, okay. Yeah. This is just special for you, daughter of Heimdall. You see him donning golden armor. It looks alien and powerful. And you see lying at his feet are one of the gods. Torolf, which of the gods does Thea see in this vision?
I want to say Balder. I just want to say Balder.
It's
Gotta be
Balder. It's totally Balder the Bold, lying at Adam Man's feet as he dons this golden armor. That's the danger you see.
Is that he seeks to slay a god. He seeks to slay Balder.
Yes.
Okay. The other hold I'm going to hold back to see how this conversation goes.
Of course. Yes, sounds good. He says, and he turns, and Ragnar, you're a child of Loki, if my resources are correct.
Not general knowledge, and how do the more? Is Shield back again? Are they sticking their noses into New Asgard? I'm not.
I'll take that as a yes.
I look over to Torwolf and like, no, I'm
He
not
said
a
no,
Nepo baby.
It didn't
You think
say-
that name helps around here?
All I mean to say is I've heard when people are the sons and daughters of more famous people, they're Nepo babies. They were talking about it all on TikTok, not two fortnights hence.
I've told you not to use the internet unattended. He gets ideas.
Guys, he puts his arms around Ragnar and Thea, kind of pulls you in. Guys, listen. I was raised by a single mom, and she was great. I've never known my father, and I've always felt like there was something more. You know, there was a reason that I was, you know, I've always been driven. I always felt like there was another reason why I could throw the javelin the way I do. I just want to know who I really am. You guys, you understand, you know, right? Being the child of God, being half in this world and half out. I just want to find out who my dad really is.
I mean,
I can make it worth your while. I've got money, contacts.
My eyes
Power.
are perfect. What?
I know people.
What would you do with this knowledge? Why does it make any difference? As you probably know from your experience, family complicates things. And this could be more of a hindrance than maybe you expect.
You're very wise, Thea. And I realize that maybe this isn't going to solve anything for me, but there's just my whole life, I've always wondered, who am I really? Like, you know, there are people who research their family tree and they get a lot out of it. And I don't have, all I have is just like half. All I have is half. My mom doesn't, she can't tell me anything. It just came in. It was a one night thing. And he's gone.
there wasn't any
Adam?
swans or horses involved.
No, I wish. I've even paid some detectives to. Yeah, exactly. It's like he does. He
yeah,
does.
they never get a look like what? Okay.
He's completely sincere. Like he's like, yeah, I wish, but I've paid detectives to go through. Hell, I've even looked at traffic footage. I just nothing. But I think maybe you guys can help. If you've got other things to do, like protect New Asgard, I understand, but I got to shoot my shot. And I'm gonna find out who my dad is. I hope you guys are the ones who can help me.
And you could help New Asgard a great deal with your influence and your means.
Absolutely.
I look at Ragnar and I look at Torolf. It might be worth at least talking about.
Oh, I'm already in. Sorry, was that we not? Yeah, it's called a call to adventure. You're supposed to pick up on that.
Oh. I'm generally untrustworthy, but Thea, if Thea's not all judgy, it's usually a good sign. Let's do the adventuring.
There you
If I
have
don't
it,
have to get hit in the
Aslan man.
face.
You're going to. That's the best part.
He grabs his Kosk and he raises it high with you guys to share in a toast. And a bunch of people around you, other Asgardians who love Adam Man. They think he's awesome. Like they share in the toast. And he says, to the new Warriors 3. and he points to you guys, and people are like, "What is that a thing now?" And then other people are taking pictures of you guys with Adam Man, and it feels a little good. Oh yeah, Steven, you do have another question.
I
Anyone you want
do.
to ask?
So I think what's going to happen is after we leave this scene a little bit, I'm going to go back to the what did we call this place?
The henge.
The henge. I'm going to go back to the henge, and I'm going to meditate on Adam Man and see what I can see. And my last question for Pierce the Veil is, where did this person come from?
Ooh,
Dun dun dun.
sweet. Okay. So what is this when Thea does Thea like kneel? Does she just pace around? She sit down like legs crisscross applesauce? What does that look like when you get this vision of the truth of Adam Man's origin?
Yeah, so I think that she actually sits down near where the center of the hinge is, just off center just a little bit. And there's a soft rain that starts in this area, probably coming in off the ocean. And it obscure things a little bit, so that it's almost like a fog, a real light fog, so everything looks a little bit more gray. And she sits down, she kneels down and starts just kind of looking around, almost as if looking for things that aren't there or looking at things that aren't there. And then I think the camera switches around and we see, this vast, gulf of looking in different places. And we see like a montage of like different worlds in different locations and possibly even different times. Like, no, that's not it. And I think there's some strain here as well. There's, we see her face kind of crinkle up in concentration.
You get a flash of a vision, and somehow when you see the woman, it's the 90s. Like we hear 90s music because we're Disney, so we have access to soundtracks for really good 90s music, and it's a club, and somehow oh, this is Adam Argyros's mother. Younger, of course, it's 30 years earlier. And she's at this club, and this guy comes up, and he's very handsome, and he's athletic looking, he's trim, he's cut. The two of them dance together. There's like a hard cut to the two of them making out. They're not at the club anymore. They're at a place. They like, boom. It's very Disney-fied, but obviously they have hooked up. And then you follow. He gets into his car, and he's it's 90s, right? So he has like her name written down on the back of the card for the club, and he's in a rag top, a nice car, and he's driving away, and we're listening to another like what the hell, like Walk Like an Egyptian? No, that's 80s. Like I can't remember any 90s songs at all, but like Bananarama. We'll just say it's Bananarama. Later work. That's probably still wrong. 90s song is playing. It's just place card. We just go through the catalog and we plug in whatever is gonna be memeable. He's driving along, he's excited, he's singing along with the song, he's obviously happy. And he runs a red light, and he gets sideswiped by a truck and dies. He is a regular ass mortal. There is nothing about him at all that is godlike, and he is gone. Waterfalls from TLC, thank you. And so we, don't go chasing water. It's playing at the end as we see him, the ambulance coming, and then a guy says, "No, call it. He's not going to make it." And I think that's where we end this session.
Love it.
Cool. Good. So we have little bits of stuff to do at the end here. We'll just talk through. I don't think a single one of y'all rolled any doubles the whole session. That is bananas. So there's no XP there, but let's look through the things that you can do to get XP to make sure that we haven't missed any of those opportunities. So let's do that. Let's see here. Ragnar, did you trick someone? I think you definitely tried.
I did.
Definitely
yes.
trick someone. Did you cause a distraction?
I did.
Did you tell an unnecessary lie?
I'm sure. Even if by
only once
accident.
per session. You can do it multiple times. You only get one thread per.
Yeah.
Did you teach someone a lesson? I don't know about that
not to
one.
use the internet because you'll get ideas.
Sure.
I'll say no.
Okay, good. Thank you. And then table vote. Did Ragnar do anything that we felt was epic?
I don't think so. I don't think there's anything epic that really popped
Not
off
yet.
this session.
Not yet. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. So that's 3 threads for you to mark. And that's on row 58 now. We didn't move it.
Thank you.
Torolf, he didn't roll any doubles. I'm gonna vote that maybe a yes on epic, like fighting a big honking snake and defeating it by opening up to maybe that's epic. I don't know.
Not just fighting it, but also
Wrestling.
just using humor.
Wrestling.
Like, come back here. We're not done with this. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So epic there. Did Torolf start a fight? Like we hard cut in, but I think maybe
there was a fight had ended, I would say, and then it began again.
Oh,
that's true. You did start a fight.
Very good.
You started the fire. Did you finish a fight?
We hard cut, the spear in the water. You said it. I don't know.
I did.
I think it started and finished.
Yeah,
I would do it.
I think so too. Okay, did you explain a battle strategy?
Don't think so. I don't think there's any strategy.
That's going to be a hard one for you.
If he did, I would start to, discredit the word strategy.
Fight them hard and harder. That's my strategy.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a good strategy, I guess. Anyway, and then the last one, did you diffuse a tense situation?
I think, we kind of hard cut away. I would say no.
The apology, was that a tense situation that they were asking for the apology?
Yeah, okay. No, I would. Yeah, then I would.
Absolutely.
I take back my no.
Nailed it.
Okay.
Nailed it. Great. So you hit all those. Good job. That's a bunch of threads for you. Good job. And now Thea. Oh, it looks like we already got some marks here. Does anyone think that Thea was epic this session?
The bow shot.
Yeah, that bow shot was amazing. I really love the way you described it too, Stephen. I think that made it super. We should give really a thread to the cinematographer, but you gave them direction, so we're good. Did Thea reveal a lie? I stole that away from you by ending the session right at the thing, but maybe you're set up to reveal it. Did you reveal a lie? I don't know.
I can't remember any cases where I revealed a lie. The closest I came was whenever I said that Ragnar painted with words, but not really. I think that wasn't a lie.
That's a euphemism for
exactly. Yeah.
Bullshit.
Yeah. Did you track someone down?
I think unexpectedly there at the very end I did.
Yeah.
Yes, you did. Did you present a new perspective?
I tried to do that with the Egyptian priests, saying, this is
our
a little
gods
bit
are strong in each area. Yeah, I think you definitely did. Yeah, that makes sense.
And then did you pass judgment on someone?
I can't think of a case where I did.
I can't either. And you've got some very judgeable people. So just remember that for our second session. You can definitely vomit lies. Sorry. Good stuff. Lots of threads for you guys. At 5 threads, you can take an advance. You also, in the basic moves, there's some brief bit info. You can use a thread, not just to get an advance, but you can use it in the middle of the game. You can gain Fate's favor after a roll. So you could biff it with like a 1 and a 4. And you can say, I'm going to burn a thread to roll another die and count that. You reduce harm that you've taken. You can alter a scene before a roll happens. Those are the things you can do with threads. They're all in the basic moves. There's lots of stuff you can do. And we enter that thing that we talked about, the beginning of the game of like, do you burn your XP for advancements or to be good right now? This game definitely has that. Cool. I don't think there's any other wrap-up stuff from a mechanic or mechanism perspective. So let's move to stars and wishes. We start with wishes so we can end with stars. Who's itching to kick off wishes?
Who's itching for a wishing?
Uh-huh.
I'll go. I'm I'm wishing for more of this. I think this is exciting. I hope to see. I hope we see one of these dark futures come to Stark that they had seen with Adam Man, that she's seen one surrounding me. I hope we don't avoid them completely. I hope we find the start of one. You know.
I agree. We got 3 sessions. I'm gonna push hard towards dark futures. So, any other, Cody? Good. Okay. Alex or Steven?
I look forward for Ragnar to be pushed to the point where he can no longer just walk through the conflict and just try and use his words, and see how badly that goes.
I will do that. I will do that for sure. Steven?
I'm gonna trail on with Cody's entry about wanting to see the dark threads that have been seen so far, wanting to experience those. I'm also going to add, I like this secret of Ragnar wanting to be closer to family, and I'd like to see some of that characterization on screen.
I will push that a little bit to the fore.
I agree. I thought that was a really good reveal, and it's exciting.
And probably also the trust, situation that Torolf has. Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing how we all interact together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I wish to see Thea's wolf. What the crap? We forgot about the wolf entirely. Show up.
Oh man!
I didn't, but I was thinking about it.
Introduction.
Yeah. Oh,
I expect an epic introduction to the wolf next session.
I did not shapeshift. I did plan when we were describing how we were wet from the water to the idea of just turning into a very small animal for a second. All the water just go and then just back to Loki. I mean back to Ragnar.
like a duck. The water falls off and then
and then back. Yeah. I was going to show off for that, but he didn't get a chance. Suddenly, Adam came.
Dang it!
I'm like, showing off. I wanted to be showing off. Yeah.
Sorry, I did mean to steal that thunder. I did. It was not my intent. I was super excited. Steven, you went last with wishes. You get to go first with stars. Do you have any stars from today's session?
Wow. I don't want to say I had. So I had expectations coming into the game, but boy, this game has really elevated my expectations. It's more than lived up to them. The expectations were probably set by the playbooks, which were pretty high. The playbooks are really nice. There's a lot of evocative moves and evocative names in them and the way things are going on. But to see how these characters are gelling and, kind of what they all are, again, harkens back exactly to the source material of, the Thor movies with the humor and the, mischief and all that kind of stuff. I'm very excited to see all of this. Specific stars, I really liked how the interaction that we had with those priests, where Ragnar talked his way out of it and said, "Hey, we're all going to be friends here," and then Torolf was like, "Nope, we're just all going to the drink." Yeah, that was fantastic.
Unhand my friend. Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you, Steven. Alex, you are next up with stars, if there are any left.
I really liked Steven's descriptions of both the arrow shot and that sifting through the universe was just beautifully described. And I loved all Torolf's just dumb puppy energy.
Dumb puppy. Riding
big dumb puppy energy. It was lovely.
Perfect.
Last but not least, Cody.
So first, Alex, Kid Ragnarok is the coolest name ever created, and I that's all that has to be said. But I'll save some more. I'm really looking forward to you having a Loki-esque character and a Thor wannabe character working together. Like how there's a friction there of how those two get along, but we're not them, but we both kind of are in a way we want to be. So I'm excited for that. Stephen, as Alex said, the descriptions of your visions and your power set, it's so sick. It's the coolest thing. So yeah, your character concept is awesome. Rich, it came up during the meeting with us and Adam Man that really clicked, and it's something I love about your games and the systems you choose to use in particular, which is as new information gets revealed, you don't know which way it's going to go, and every roll of the dice and every additional fact from somebody changes it, and so you're so like, whoa, what's happening? Because Adam Man shows up and you're like, okay, so he's another NPC, and then it's like, no, this guy's a villain. Wait, okay, he wants to be something, and then Thea rolls a vision and she sees a dark future of him, and you're like, oh my goodness. So it's that in particular, it's just like, damn, where is this going to go? I'm so excited. And so you do a great job of doling out information and leveraging moves and stuff like that. It's awesome.
Thank you.
Also, it is so perfect that Adam Man would come to a daughter of Heimdall to find this truth of his life, this past. It's what a hook, genius stuff. Love it. 10 out of 10. No.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I have to provide a star to the system. I was like, I'm going to hold back to see what he wants from us, and how can I get this person to do this thing for us? And as you were as we had the conversation, the perfect entry is in that move. It was like, where did this person come from? I'm like,
oh yeah, I thought that was just a genius choice of option. Like, that could mean so many things. Like, I've never seen it used that way. Like, oh yeah, what's the heritage of this person?
It was a really clever use of the question and so broad. And I think if it'd been, we would have colored it differently if it wasn't Daughter of Heimdall, who has Longview and all this other stuff. But it was such a great use of the questions because, as I talked about before we started recording, I had ideas, but I was trying to hold them loosely. And one of my ideas was, okay, well, you guys are going to go off and try to find out if, who's Adam Man's dad. And then here's this question. I'm like, oh shit, this is way better. Thank you for handing me that opportunity, Stephen. Cool. So with that, we will we'll bring things to a close. I love these characters. Sorry, I will give my stars. I love these characters. I had to see Todolf again reinterpreted. Cody did not disappoint. Stephen Thea is super interesting and such a great foil to the energy of Todolf and Ragnar. And then Alex, just spoilers, Kid Ragnarok is a character that Alex played for a while in a Masks game, and
we had multiple mini campaigns linked all together. And
there are 2 pieces of Ragnar art in my Hit the Streets book. It's 2, not 1, but 2, because this character means a lot to me and Alex, and seeing him here and seeing him recast in the MCU is so cool. And yeah, you guys are great. 2 great polls. And I love that I didn't even click that, like, oh, it's very Thor Loki, but different and super interesting. And then Thea as this like anchor for the 2 of you to pull you back from being too off. Oh, it's great. This is really, it's perfect. Like if I were to dream up Warriors 3, I could not have done it as well as the 3 of you have with the characters you've created. I'm so excited for more. Like I'm already looking at my schedule. Like, is 3 enough? This is I love this game. 7. It's great. It's great. All right. Well, with that, we will stop the recording. Thank you guys so much. See you in a week.